Hello virtual dreamers, Markystal here. The Oculus blog announced this past week that all new Oculus users will need to use a Facebook account to get full use of their headsets by October of this year, and that users with older Oculus accounts will have to use a Facebook account by 2023. When they said just a few years ago that they weren't going to make this a requirement, yeah, it seems that was a complete lie. I'd bust out a surprised Pikachu face here, but I kind of expected this was going to happen from the start. As someone who has been following VR since the E3 demonstrations of Doom BFG on a prototype Oculus Rift by John Carmack, and has been using VR since the Oculus Rift DK2, this whole situation brings about some mixed emotions for me. I think the net impact of Facebook on the virtual reality market has been pretty positive, since it's kind of hard to say that a company that makes up over 40% of PC VR and almost all of mobile and standalone VR isn't making an impact on raising awareness of the medium to the masses. I don't think VR would have anywhere near the recognition that it has, nor the amount of reach that it does, were it not for Facebook bankrolling these early days where things just aren't anywhere near as profitable as many companies would like, and virtual reality is still a very young medium that's not quite ready to take off to its full potential, without the help of its wealthy parents, hate them though it may. It has to be said, Facebook has made multiple moves that actively harm or impede the freedom with these headsets and the competition that we, the public, hold so dear. The Oculus platform has barred other headsets on multiple occasions actively, requiring hacks to be able to use them in most cases. The use of their own Constellation platform of tracking was a dead end that other headsets couldn't use, and that probably hurt several developers early on with the distraction away from motion control VR. Worst of all, they are no strangers to using predatory business tactics to get their way. They're buying out the developers of some of VR's most popular games, most likely to make those games exclusive to their platforms in the future, and announcing consumer-harming practices not even a few days after HTC has basically made their exit from the consumer VR space. It should be pretty clear that a nigh monopoly on the VR space is the goal that they've been gunning for a long time now. This has probably been the case since 2014, and we're just seeing it unfold before us. Truth be told, I'd probably be a lot more bothered with the situation were I in a different position, but as someone who wants to see virtual reality succeed more than anything, I'm rolling with the punches here, just trying to see the positives where I can. The modern, no privacy existence we're all dealing with does suck, but it does often subsidize products for the consumer, and if the Quest 2 or Quest Lite drops at a $299 price tag next month, that would mean that this is the case for virtual reality too. Plus, if Facebook fails to release their foveated rendering varifocal headset by next year, us enthusiasts do have options for other high-end headsets outside of Facebook, with the Valve Index, HP Reverb 2, Pimax, and even the higher-end HTC ones being options for those of us who have more than $1,000. For my cheap VR gamers out there who don't want a Facebook account but do want VR, I'm sad to say, but the only options at this point are the Windows mixed reality headsets, used HTC Vives, and the more hacky solutions that use stuff like PlayStation VR or Google Cardboard. I'm gonna try my hand at making one of those hacky solutions later this year just for the fun of it, so let me know if that sounds like something you'd like to see. And there is also one big important thing to note, and before I say it, I do not encourage piracy, but the homebrew and hacking communities are alive and well in the world, and where there is hardware people like, there will be people to wrestle control of that hardware away from the manufacturers. It'd be better if we never had to do such a thing, but hardware manufacturers must be aware that you do not mess with people who put Linux on their PlayStations and standard Android on their Nintendo Switches. The writing for this situation has been on the wall basically ever since the 2014 purchase, but as in Ready Player One, we, the community, don't have to put up with it. we can choose alternatives at a higher price, build our own solutions, or take their hardware away from them if we must. If the world wants to bring cyberpunk dystopias on us, then Corpo and Big Brother better remember the dangers of the pissed off enlightened masses if they fail to keep up their ends of the bargain. Let's hope for everyone's sakes that they keep that in mind. Thank you very much for watching this video. Be sure to rate, comment, share, and subscribe in order to make sure that YouTube algorithm sama knows to make our paths cross again. Till next time, my fellow adventurers and dreamers, this has been MarkystalVR, logging out.